The first time Jungkook ever held your hand, he was not a CEO. He was just a tired man in a small rented office. Tired, loose eyes red from lack of sleep, whispering, "If this company fails, I don't know what I will do." And you had smiled, placing a cup of cheap convenience store coffee in front of him. "Then it won't fail because I'm here." Back then, love was simple: no cameras, no shareholders, no headlines. Just you and him against the world. 3 years later, the world had changed. Yeonjung was now the youngest CEO in the country. Business magazines called him the golden executive. Investors adored him, media chased him, and you were still the girl waiting for him at night with warm food. Still the girl who knew he hated mushrooms. Still the girl who ironed his shirts when he forgot. The only difference, you were invisible. You stood in front of the mirror smoothing your simple navy dress. It was not designer, it was not flashy, but you liked it. You texted him, "What time should I come to the venue?" 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Finally, your phone buzzed. Jungkook, don't come tonight. Your stomach dropped. You called immediately. He answered on the third ring, whispering, "I'm in the middle of something." You saluted. You said, "I could finally attend an event with you." Ah, push too long. It's complicated. That word again, complicated. You forced a small laugh. Complicated? How? His tone changed, professional, distant. "The board is watching me closely. It's better if you don't appear publicly yet." A yet? There was always a yet. You stared at yourself in the mirror, Jungkook. "We have been together for 3 years." Silence. In the background, you could hear cameras, stutters, music, and laughter. He lowered his voice. "We'll talk later." And he hung up. An hour later, photos flooded social media. There he was, black suit, perfect smile, standing beside a woman in a white designer gown, rich, elegant, and known. The daughter of one of the company's biggest investors. She was holding his arms and he was not pulling away. When he came home at 1 a.m., you were sitting on the couch. In the dark, he froze when he saw you. "Why are you awake?" You didn't answer immediately. You just held up your phone. The photo, he is smiling down at her. Him smiling down at her. "Business?" You asked quietly. He exhaled. "You are overthinking." That hurt more than if he had yelled. "Then explain it to me." He ran a hand to his ear. "The company is merging with her father's fame. Public image matters." You stood up slowly, so you hold her hand. "For the company." It was for the cameras. And you smiled at her. "For the cameras too." He's a titan. "Don't do this." Your chest felt heavy. "Do what?" "Ask why my boyfriend looks more comfortable with another woman in public than he does with me in private. That's it." He looked away. And that's when fear started creeping into your heart. Because Jungkook only avoided eye contact when he didn't have a defense. Over the next few weeks, articles started appearing. Is CEO Jeon Jang dating investor's daughter? Power couple in the making. You tried to ignore it, you really did, but the worst part, he never denied it publicly, no once. It happened on a Tuesday night. You were eating alone again. The food had gone cold. He walked in late. You didn't greet him this time. He noticed. "What's wrong?" You laughed softly. "You tell me." He loosened his tie. "I am tired, so am I." He stood walking. You stood up. Your voice was not loud. It was worse. It was calm. "Are you ashamed of me?" The room went silent. He blinked. "What?" "Answer me." Your heart was pounding so hard you thought you might faint. When reporters asked if you are dating someone, "Why don't you say my name?" He didn't answer, and that silence, it was deafening. Tears welled up in your eyes. "You promised me when you succeed," you said, "you will stand beside me proudly." His expressions hardened. "Things are different now." There it was. Different. Different how? You whispered. He inhaled slowly and then he said it, the sentence that would echo in your mind forever. "You don't match the image I need right now." Your breath stopped. Your breath. You stared at him as if he had slapped you. "Image?" He continued, as if convincing myself. "The company needs stability, power, alliances. Investors want someone suitable." Suitable? You repeated it under your breath. "So what am I?" He didn't mean to say the next part out loud, but he did. "You don't fit into my world anymore." That was it. 3 years reduced to an inconvenience. The breakup. You felt strangely calm. That's how heartbreak works sometimes. It doesn't scream. It numbs. You grab your bag. He frowned. "Where are you going?" You looked at him one last time, out of your world. He stepped forward. "Don't be dramatic." You laughed softly, tears finally falling. You hide me like a secret Jungkook. I stayed quiet because I thought love was enough. His voice softened slightly. This is for the best. For who? He didn't answer. You nodded slowly. You were proud of me when no one knew your name. Your voice trembled now. I was proud of you before the magazine, before the headlines. You wiped your tears, but now that the world's now, you are ashamed to let them know me. He looked conflicted, but not enough to stop you, and that hurt more than anything. You opened the door, he said your name softly, almost regretfully, but he didn't say stay. So you left. 2 months later, you were healing, no fully just breathing. Until your phone buzzed non-stop one afternoon, group chats exploding, notifications flooding, you opened the news, and there it was, live press conference, and was standing at a podium, standing next to you. Beside her, cameras flashing, reporters shouting questions. He reached for her hand, and this time he didn't hesitate. He smiled, confident, proud. He spoke clearly into the microphone. She is someone I am honored to introduce to the public. I look forward to building a future with her. Engagement announcement official, public, permanent. Your hands started shaking. The same man who once said, "Let's keep us private for now," was now proudly presenting someone else. Your mother walked into the room. She saw the screen. She looked at you, confused. Was Noti your boyfriend? He couldn't answer. You couldn't answer. Because technically, he never existed publicly. You turned the TV off. The room felt too quiet. Too small, you whispered to yourself, I hope she fits your word better than I did. And somehow, and somewhere across the city, in a room filled with apple juice and flashing lights, and you smiled for the cameras. And but for just a second, when no one was looking, his smile faltered because deep down he knew exactly what he had traded. And the silence in his penthouse that night was louder than any apple juice. After the engagement announcement, we had everything. The merger succeeded. Stock stabilized. Investor praised him for his mature decision. The media called them the power couple of the year, and yet his penthouse had never felt this empty. His fiancée was flawless on paper, elegant, educated from a powerful family. She knew which fork to use at galas. She knew how to smile at the shareholders. She knew how to talk about market expansion. But she didn't know him. Not the him who hated thunder, not the him who needed silence after a long day, not the him who once stayed up until 3 a.m. eating ramen on the floor with you. One night at dinner, she adjusted his tie and said sweetly, Don't forget the media training is at 8 tomorrow. We need to look affectionate. He looked at her. Need to? She smiled politely. Of course, image matters. Image, the word again, is suddenly tasted bitter. A week later, he was cleaning his closet for a photo shoot when something fell from a shelf. A small hoodie, yours, light blue, slightly faded. He froze. He remembered that night instantly, you wearing his sleeves too long, standing in his kitchen. If you become CEO, promise you won't change. He had laughed. I will still be me. You have smiled softly, then I will always be proud of you. He sat down slowly on the edge of the bed. The penthouse was quiet, too quiet. He realized something terrifying. No one had told him they were proud of him in months. They congratulated him, they praised his success, they admired his business skills, but no one looked at him the way you did. It happened unexpected. It happened unexpectedly. A corporate charity exhibition. He was invited as a sponsor. He arrived late. Cameras flashing. He was not paying attention until he heard your name. Lead designer for the new sustainable fashion line. His head snapped up, and there you were on stage, confident, composed, beautiful in a way that didn't beg for approval. You were speaking about your project passionately. No nervousness, no hesitation. He felt something twist peacefully, painfully in his chest. You were not the girl waiting outside his office anymore. You had built something without him. After the presentation, he found himself walking toward you. Your eyes met. For a split second, everything from the past 3 years flashed between you. Then your expression settled into calm politeness. Mr. John, not Jungkook, not anything warm, just Mr. John. That hurt. Can we talk? He asked quietly. You looked at your watch. I have a meeting soon. 5 minutes. You hesitated, then nodded. You stood outside on the balcony, the city lights glowing below. He struggled to find words. The powerful CEO speechless. You look different, he finally said. You gave a small smile. People say his style line was not accidental. He said, I ended the engagement. You didn't react. It was not right. He continued. I thought I was doing what was necessary, but it felt wrong every day. You folded your arms, and now he stepped closer. Now I realized I made a mistake. You looked up at him finally. Your eyes were calm, not angry, no crying, just clear. No, Jungkook. His name from your lips almost broke him. You didn't make a mistake. He frowned. You made a choice. Silence. He exhaled shakily. I was under pressure. You nodded slowly, and I was no worth the pressure. That sentence hit harder than any accusation. That's not true. Then why was I hidden? He had no answer. You stepped back slightly. You were not scared of losing me. Your voice was steady. You were scared of being seen with me. He's just tired because it was true. He had loved you, but he had loved his image more. You looked at him for a long moment, then you said softly, you should congratulate me. He blinked forward. Your phone buzzed in your hand. He turned it toward him. Breaking news, rising designer announces engagement to entrepreneur Park Min-jae. His vision blurred. There was a photo, you standing beside a man. He was not flashy, he was not intimidating, but he was looking at you. Like you were everything, not a liability, not an image problem, everything. Jungkook's voice dropped. You are engaged? You nodded. 2 months now, 2 months. While he was still trying to fix his pride, he looked back at the photo. Do you love him? The question slipped out before he could stop it. You were quiet for a moment, then you answered honestly, not the way I love you. Hope flickered in his chest, and you continued, but he loves me more than you ever did. Hope flickered in his chest, then you continued, but he loves me more than you ever did. And just like that, hope died. He stepped closer desperately. We can fix this. I ended everything. I don't care about the board anymore. You shook your head gently. You care now because you lost. That sentence sliced clean. When you were ashamed of introducing me, he was proud just to hold my hand. He looked him directly in his eyes. He didn't hesitate. Lou felt smaller than he ever had, not as a CEO, not as a man, as someone who had failed the person who loved him most. He whispered, did you ever think about coming back? You smiled sadly. I waited for you to choose me. His sweat tightened. I did. You shook your head. You chose me when I was safe. And there was the difference. Love was not supposed to be convenient. Weeks later, your engagement photos flooded social media. You were glowing, your fiancé introducing you properly at events, no hiding, no secret entrances, no private apologies. Jung watched from his office alone, the same office where you once sat on the couch waiting for him. His phone buzzed with investors' messages, but he was not reading them. He was staring at one photo. Your fiancé adjusting your hair gently the way you used to adjust Jungkook's tie. He whispered to the empty room. She was mine, but the truth echoed back slightly. He was ashamed to show you to the world. Now the world was you belong to someone else, and this time he had no one to blame but himself. The end, guys. Do like, comment, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel for more videos. Tata, bye bye.